you exhale from the mouth, it's all the stress and tension that is in your body. And just relax. Forget about where you need to go. Forget about where you used to be. Just focus on the now, on the present. Feel every fiber, every muscle in your body now 20 times more relaxed. And just completely relax all the body. Just let go. That's right. Now I let you a couple of seconds to just enjoy this feeling of consciousness, of a higher consciousness. You see, Charville, you are not your mind and you are not your body. You are actually something more than your body. That's right. And just go deeper and deeper. And now, Charville, I want you to imagine you're walking on the beach. It could be your favorite beach. And once you get the picture, I want you to nod with your hand. If you want to get to the beach, great. Just walk on the beach. Just keep walking, and imagine a big sack just tied to your hips with a big rope, just tied to your hips. It's just making it very hard for you to walk. Every step you take, you feel that big sack of burdens, which inside that sack is all your stress and tension that you've been carrying out for all this time. In this bag that you're carrying, that it's making you heavier and heavier with every step, are all the negative attachments and negative behaviors and patterns that actually stop you from getting to where you want to go. So as you keep walking on the beach, you're going to see in 3 feet ahead of you a knife, Charville. You're going to see a knife. And on that knife, it's a very old and ancient knife. Special for you, Charville. Your name is on this knife. Do you see that knife, Charville? Nod with your head if you see the knife. Great. Now take that knife and just cut the rope and all the bags with the tension and worries that you've been carrying. Just cut it off. Cut it off and just watch the waves just wash this old bag away. And imagine you can see the bag just disappearing in the ocean. All the tension, stress, and negative patterns of your life that you've been carrying all this time. And just let go of everything that does not move you forward. You see, Charville, problems in life, in order for them to survive, they need time. When you focus on the now, when you are being present, there is no problem. The problems cannot exist now. So the time is always now to do what you want to do. There is never a wrong time to do the right thing. Now I'm going to count until 10, Charville. And once I say the number 10, you will rise, wide awake, feeling absolutely time, more confidence, more assertive, more decisive, more happy, and more confident that you used to be before. 1, 2, 3, 4, from the nose, 6, Hey, get ready to
Really nice and like quite awake.
quite what?
Quite
Awake.
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 Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah.
So basically, I
It's like
just listen. Huh?
yeah. It's middle of the night here right now, but I don't feel sleepy now.
Uh-huh. That's right, man, because the power of your mind, Charville. You see, you know what I know that you don't? It's not that I know it, I just started to recognize that you have free choice. Tyler, can you
Okay.
hear me, Tyler? What you saying, Tyler? How was I?
Dude, it was amazing. I loved hopping on here and seeing that happen.
Yeah, man. You
And
know,
the
that's,
dagger,
you
dude.
know, I'm just a beginner, man.
No, I loved it, dude. The dagger was amazing. Like having this old ancient dagger, and you look at it, and now you see your name on it, and you use that to cut. Like that is fucking brilliant, dude. Brilliant.
Yeah, yeah. I did it like I did it on myself through YouTube recording,
Awesome.
and I had a very like I did it. So I heard it. That's how I did it to you, Charville. I just did it on myself a couple of times,
Okay. Okay.
and I really felt a lot of negative stuff that I let go of myself,
Okay.
like negative patterns. And I just heard it a bunch of times and practice a lot, you know,
Okay.
until you can do it. And basically,
So
it's
like when was the first time you tried it on someone? Like what was it? Was it
I,
someone you knew or it was
I,
it's
try,
complete
I
stranger?
try, I tried it 15 times. That's it.
So like was it someone you knew or it was a
People I
stranger?
know, and
Okay.
some
Okay.
strangers, but it didn't. Be honest with you, right now was the best hypnosis I ever done for you, Charville. It's never,
Nice.
I
Nice.
never did it that good, you know.
No, no. So like, like initially when you started off, like until I went to the beach, you started off with like focusing on a wall. So like,
Yes.
how did that concept came to you? Was it something which you practiced a lot, or
Okay. Okay. So you see, this Tyler here has free talk formula,
Beautiful.
okay,
which it says hypnosis formula is focus plus imagination plus emotion.
okay,
So
okay.
it's okay. Have you ever, when you were a kid, have you ever pretend?
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. It's being completely focused and absorbed in the experience,
Okay,
not
okay,
thinking about the future and not thinking about the past, being present, being happy, being present, being now, just being, no, without thinking. It's just it's just the power of the imagination plus focus, which imagination, I guess, is imagination, focus, and emotion. And I guess the emotion, maybe I'm wrong, but it's probably, would you say, would you say emotion is like the power of the will, the desire,
okay.
basically? So basically, you have to have a desire, your
Yeah.
desire. So basically, all hypnosis is self hypnosis. I'm not doing anything. I'm just guiding you.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? It's just
Nico, because I like to share an experience which I had with my friend on trying on him the hypnotism. So I'm on the third video, I guess. Like it's been a week since I last saw the video, and in that Tyler said that don't go ahead until you try this on someone. So I have been following him that like I won't try unless I am able to figure out what to do.
So
So
what
there was a
okay.
time
you
when
First
I
of
during
all,
that?
told my friend.
first
So
of
when I
all, something
started
I
off,
learned from Tyler last session was
okay,
that you have to have a couple of tricks in your sleeve.
okay, okay,
Okay, that's first thing. You have
okay,
times and then why it doesn't work. That's
okay,
insanity.
okay,
Basically, you have to have a few tricks in your sleeves, man. Better. Some stuff work for some people better. Some stuff work for other people less. So if it
yeah,
didn't work for your friend, it's because you maybe tried the same thing over and over, and you are
okay,
not certain. and you're
So maybe
uncertain.
I wasn't sure about that. Maybe
Yeah,
that
no,
is the
not
problem.
maybe, not maybe. For sure, you weren't.
Okay,
So
okay,
for sure, it's your uncertainty
okay,
that translates to your prospects, and
okay,
basically that's basically I think why it's failing, because of lack of certainty
okay,
and belief that
okay,
it could happen. You get
okay,
what I'm
okay.
saying?
All right.
So here,
Real quick. I'm gonna
I
interject. I'm gonna interject. We're
yeah,
gonna officially get started.
sorry,
My internet's been a little iffy, which is why I haven't spoken. I've been trying to figure that out. But before
yeah.
we go any forward, dude, I want to hear about your experience trying to hypnotize your friend.
So when I started off, I jumbled up few things. So you told there is a consent thing which you need to tell them. So if it's a stranger, you need to tell them, okay, I'm a hypnotist, and if you want to experience a good journey in your mind, I would like to give you that. So something like that. So there I jumbled up somewhere, and then after that I didn't try it because
Okay, stop.
when I
Time out.
started
Time
up
out.
with
Time
my
out.
friend at a
Time out. Time out.
point,
Time out. Yo.
yeah.
You said, and then after that, I didn't try it. You never tried to hypnotize someone yet. Okay. Did you hear that clearly?
Yeah.
Looked like it
No,
glitched out a little.
because my friend started laughing, and like I wasn't been that confident enough to go ahead again. So
You
like I
weren't
started
certain.
watching those first three videos again. Maybe I missed out something.
Listen to me. So this call is gonna be a little different because we're gonna take questions the next 20 minutes or so, and then we're gonna hop on and hypnotize each other here. So the fact that you started it
Okay.
off like that, dude, amazing. But we're gonna be doing that on this call. Okay. So
Okay.
we're
Okay.
gonna hear what you would say. But you said you jumbled up your words when you were telling them you were a hypnotist and asking if they want to experience something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need to just think of 2 sentences and practice speaking it with conviction and certainty. See how when I said the words conviction and certainty, I showed that through them?
Your
Did I
voice is
disconnect
breaking.
there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully this doesn't keep happening. Otherwise, we're going
Yeah.
to have Alan teach the whole class.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do this.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys came prepared with specific questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you to do 2 things. We're going to have you speak them out, but put in the
Okay.
chat your questions. So in case when you're speaking, the internet breaks up and I can't hear what you're saying, I can know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Cool?
Okay.
So just type in questions in the chat. Everyone is going to be asking a question. Okay, it could be about anything. There's an infinite amount of questions to choose from, so pick one and put that in the chat. Does anyone have a question that they would like to speak and ask right now?
I have a question.
Okay, what is it?
So how long, like, is there a time bound thing that the consent sentence should be this long, or like maybe it depends on person to person?
The time for what for each person?
The consent statement, like if I'm trying out with someone, so like, because see in India there are very less people who would like say yes to it.
That's a limiting belief.
So
Okay.
move to America.
That's number one. No, it's not even. It's a limiting belief. Okay, because if they won't say yes to it, you're not wording it right.
Okay.
Okay, so this is all on you. That's the first important realization. Now, how long would the initial talk or take?
Yes,
how long would it take?
Yes.
It could vary. It could take 10 seconds. Always go for the most direct approach, and if they don't respond to it, you readjust. Okay.
Okay.
So
I would like to ask that friend who just gave me an experience. How many times did you try to? So at this point here, you already had my consent. You didn't go through the
Okay,
same thing
listen.
again.
Okay. Let me tell you.
Alan, real quick, dude. I'm gonna let everyone just like speak freely for however long, and then we can open it up to other people. If you have it to say anything, just raise your hand. But continue with that. What were you saying?
Yeah, sure.
What were you saying?
Hello.
Me?
Can you hear me?
Me?
Yeah.
No, Charville. You were speaking, brother.
He's asking me a question.
Like the sound was gone, so I was like, are you able to hear me or not? So like I wanted to ask the guy who just like gave me an experience right now, asking that he already had my consent right now. So it wasn't that long process maybe. It was just that he was trying to help me out through the whole thing.
Yeah,
So
of course.
that was really good. So he came up with an idea of focusing on a wall or something like that. So like when we are on a public place, so how to gain their attention at that time? Because
So
here it's
in a
too
public
much
place, do
chaos.
you know
It's
this
too much
person?
chaos.
Or are you
No,
walking up to a stranger? Okay. So
no.
the first thing is to get to know the person. You have to know the person before you can do anything, right? And you do
Okay,
that by
okay,
introducing yourself and by talking to them. It does not
okay,
matter what you say,
okay,
okay? We always get caught up on what we're going to say. It doesn't matter. You can
okay,
say anything. You can point at the ground and say, you dropped something. And they'll look back and say, no, I didn't. I'm saying, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did. My name is Tyler. What was your name? And you're in a conversation. People just respond when you
okay.
introduce yourself, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
After that, the second barrier is the hypnosis barrier, right?
Okay,
So you can say, I say, I'm Tyler the hypnotist. You can say, I'm Charvel. I'm a hypnotist. I know that may sound, and you see the response, right? So if they're like a little skeptical of it because hypnosis may have a
yeah.
negative connotation somewhere, then you say, I know that may seem scary. Put your hands up. It's submissive. Right? I know that may seem scary, but I assure you, I actually give you control of your mind. Or it's a simple experience where you are in complete control and you can experience this. It's right. So you want to show them you understand what they're feeling, but then
Okay,
offer them a easy solution.
okay. So like making them comfortable on what he's going, like what he will be or she will be going through.
They'll be comfortable with the experience if they're comfortable with you.
Okay,
That's really
okay.
the only barrier.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Hopefully that answered the question. Anyone else have a
Yes, yes.
question right now? And yeah, what's up, Alan?
Hey, my man, just what do you think about my thing? You know, if you have any something I
It
can
was awesome.
improve.
So actually, I'm gonna look back through it because as soon as I hopped on and saw you doing that, I started recording.
Oh,
So
awesome! Oh, I would love
yeah,
if you could send me that.
yeah. So I'm gonna put this up in the Hypnotist Secrets group or in the members area, and you can actually see what you did. I'm gonna look through it too because I wasn't super attentive. I started recording those so I can watch it back, and you'll be able to have that too, which will be super valuable. You can self-analyze.
Awesome. So, what do you
Okay.
think? What didn't I do good? Because let me tell you, the middle I got lost a little bit. I didn't know what to do, and then I suddenly reminded with that beach imagination thing that I did. So I went with that. It was horrible, honestly, for me, I think. But what do you like?
Yes.
What do you
So
think?
I did notice that at times you were more certain, like you knew what path you were following, right? And then I did notice that you sort of were sort of scrambling for what to say. And the reason I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because it's not at all, is because you handled it so well. Right now, I can't offer improvement because I wasn't super attentive. But from what I did hear, is that you readjusted and handled it well, which is fucking amazing. And that's the most important thing as a hypnotist. Okay, most
Yeah,
important thing.
they are adapting basically, right? And like
100%.
improvising. Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Looks
That's
like
cool.
Jan. Nice to see you again, Jan. You are muted right now.
Hey, good to see you too. I'm glad your father's better.
Yeah. It's still an ongoing process. I'm going to see him again for Christmas, but I'm ready to focus in on this 100%. So I
Great.
appreciate that. What question do you have for me today?
I don't have a question right now.
Okay, then we'll take the next 5 seconds to find one.
Okay. What if somebody says, if you go up to them and you say, hi, I'm Jen, I'm a hypnotist. I know that may seem scary, and what if they stop you right there and they don't let you go on?
Well, then it depends on what they say.
If they say, oh, that's too scary, and they walk away.
But what I would say, if they walk away, don't chase after them. If
Okay.
they walk away, let them walk away, right?
Okay.
If they cut you off, you have to take back control. If you start off the interaction with them being in an authoritative frame, you're not going to be able to hypnotize them.
Right.
So, and I wouldn't say, I know this may be scary as like those are the two sentences, because you're just putting that into their mind. I would only say it may seem scary if they seem a little hesitant to the experience.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you say hypnosis, people will come closer and they'll draw in, and other times they'll back up.
Okay.
Right. So if they're drawing in, you have them hooked. You can just go from there. Cool.
Okay.
Do you have a follow-up question? Hopefully that answered that.
All right. If they're not scared, what do you say then?
So if they're interested or if they're just neutral?
Yeah, if they're interested.
Okay. So if they're interested, and you said, what did you start with?
Hi, I'm Jan. I'm a hypnotist.
I would start with this. Hi, I'm Jan. Don't try something cool?
What?
Do you want to try something cool?
Oh, do you want to try something cool? Okay.
And then they're going to say, they're going to be like, what the heck? They're not going to know what's going on because who walks up to someone and says that, but they're going to be intrigued because who walks up to them and says that?
Right.
And then you can go into hypnosis. And you say, well, I'm actually a professional hypnotist, and see how they respond. And if they're interested, you can say, hey, do you want to see how powerful your mind is and experience something really cool? And then you have the permission for hypnosis. Okay.
Okay. All right. Great.
Does that help?
Yes. Very good.
Awesome. Anastasia, hopefully I said that right. Just recorrect me if I didn't, but hello. You are also muted. One sec. What were you saying? You were muted that whole time, but I can hear you now, I think.
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Anastasia. Would you like to get to know something cool?
I wouldn't say, would you like to get to know something? Because that implies you're just going to inform them of it. And it's actually a way for you to like shield yourself from having to do it if doing it for the first time is scary, right? So do you want to try something cool? It has to imply their experience.
Well, I'm right now in Belarus, if you know this country. I'm Russian-speaking person, so some things in English, it's not the easiest way for me to say.
That's okay. That's fair. I can understand you pretty clearly. And if I can't, I will let you know so we can readjust from there as well. And vice versa.
Okay,
if you can't understand me, tell me, because it doesn't help you if you can't understand what I'm saying.
I didn't hear you.
Right there. It doesn't help if you can't understand what I'm saying. So that helps. Do you have a question for me?
Right now, I don't have a question, but I think I will have soon.
Yes, of course. How soon is soon? 5, 10, 15 seconds? Or a little shorter?
The question.
So just like look up in your mind.
Right now.
But you will. Ready? Because in your mind, there's an infinite amount of questions swarming around, like little fish, right? Just swimming around in your mind. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your fingers and you're just going to pluck out one of the fish and ask that question. Just find a question and ask it. You have one.
Okay, well, how do I get clients, American clients?
Beautiful. There's a question. Okay, so do you do hypnosis as a profession right now? You work with clients on that?
Yes, I'm psychohypnotherapist.
Okay, beautiful. And how do you get clients in America specifically?
No, I don't get clients in America.
And you would like to?
That's what I want to do.
Okay. Do people in America know about you?
No.
Okay.
I have some friends, but that's it.
Okay. So the reason you don't have clients in America is because no one in America knows who you are.
Yes.
Right? So in order to get clients in America, first they have to know who you are. Do you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's step number one. So now the next question that makes sense would be, how do I get people in America to know who I am? Okay. And we have a beautiful resource called the internet.
Did you say, tell me one more time, please. The connection is not so well.
I'm going to type out the important parts as well, because I don't want you guys to keep missing this.
That's great.
We can put some notes in here too. So let's see. Who you are. That's like the overview.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And shameless plug, I love it. So Michael has a podcast, and people who listen to it live in America. And he would love to have you on. Okay.
Okay, so that's great.
That's part one. Now, in this podcast, you need to have a call to action, something that they can tangibly do. Okay. I would put a link to your Facebook or your Instagram and say, hey, shoot me a message. Let's talk. Okay. Because then people will know who you are. That's amazing. Yeah. So hit Michael up on that, and that'll help with that. But were you referring to more like tactical business side? That help?
Can you please repeat?
Were you referring to more business side advice, or does that help?
I don't understand.
Okay, then we're going to move on, because I think that was helpful enough, and I think you should hop on Michael's podcast. Let's see.
Okay,
Michael,
great.
let's chat with you, man. How you doing? Your face looks frozen. Michael, you want to unmute your mic there? Awesome.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
good.
multitasking here. I'm cooking my dad breakfast. Let's see. Yes, I do have a podcast, and I love to talk with other hypnotists and anyone else that just wants to talk about the mind or self-improvement and any of that stuff.
And where can people reach you to make this happen?
Either in the on Facebook in the group. That's probably the best way. I'm on Instagram and Facebook mostly. Michael Greeden Media is my media company.
Okay, so drop a link to your Instagram or your Facebook in the chat so everyone can just click on it. Okay.
Cool.
Do you have a specific hypnosis question for me, man?
I do. And then also, before I ask my question, just one thing in relation to what you're saying on call to action. The thing that I've found the best thing for me personally has been, there's so many different apps like Square or any of those where you can book. I think you use Calendarly. Is that right, Tyler?
Yeah, Calendly.
Okay. Any of those apps are great. And then just a free 15-minute evaluation I've found for me personally has been really helpful, because then, it's free. People just hop on a Zoom call or on a whatever, and then you can start to introduce yourself, like you were saying. That's the biggest thing, is just people feeling comfortable with you. My specific hypnosis question, I was actually watching, so do you know who Tony Gonzalez, the NFL former tight end? He's a football player. Anyways, he has a podcast, and he had an episode the other day where he had a hypnotist on, and she was talking about hypnosis and saying that the most important thing, this is her opinion, the most important thing is getting people to focus right here and doing the eyes closed, focusing here, and then where they can't open their eyes. She said that's like the best foundational kind of like to get people into hypnosis, I guess. I was kind of wondering sort of what your opinion on that is, or if you've ever heard someone say that that's kind of the basis of hypnosis. I'd never really heard that that's like the basis of it, but
yeah,
I've always used that like eye locking technique as a good intro, because it's difficult for people to open their eyes anyways when they're focusing there. So
yeah, I don't agree that it would be like the foundational, because that implies that it's necessary for hypnosis. You need a foundation to build anything on it. But I would see where she's coming from, in the sense that it is a very powerful, like easy to start with experience. It shows you, the hypnotist, and the client that, oh crap, this is real. That's really what it does. And once that happens, that's when it gets really real.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. Did it help?
Yep.
Awesome, man. And we also have Victoria on here. Victoria, do you have a question that we can address? If you are there. Okay, Victoria, to encourage participation from everyone, the last person left, you can type a question in the chat. So I would do that within like the next 10 to 15 seconds. And what I'm going to do while you're typing that question is I'm going to go get a cup of water, because I'm very thirsty. I'll be right back. Okay, cool. I'm happy to see this question. So I do mainly online sessions and occasionally in-person sessions. I'll do in-person sessions if they live very close to me and they come to me. But most people who reach out to me, I have a very international base presence. So most of my sessions are actually online. Yeah, cool. Easy question. And right now what we're going to do is we are going to hypnotize each other in front of everyone. And everyone is going to be watching this process, wanting to see from your perspective, is this person experiencing what they're supposed to, and how are they doing? And also, two, a piece of advice on what you would do differently. Okay? Most important thing is a piece of advice on what you would do differently. Okay? So we're probably going to get a couple people in today, and then we're going to give you guys accountability partners. Because what I would encourage doing immediately after this call is hopping on another call with that person and practice with each other. Okay? We have a huge resource here of people to practice on without like having to go out of the house to go to a stranger. This is super powerful. So let's do that as well. And Michael just dropped his Instagram for anyone who wanted to reach out to him for his podcast. But as for hypnotizing each other, do we have any volunteers before everyone with you? Alan, I would say you, dude. I'm gonna let one other person go first, just because you did it to start off. Anyone else? Yeah, I'll give it 5 seconds, then we'll go to Alan. I'll give it actually, let's give it 10 seconds. 10 seconds, people. Actually, no, I just give you a cop out. It is not going to Alan. 10 seconds, or I pick one of you 5 right there. Jan. Hello, Jan. Can you hear me?
Yes.
And I could hear you. Beautiful. So you're going to be hypnotizing someone. And let's see. Do you have any ideas of, actually, I'm not going to give you any more than that. I'll tell you who you're hypnotizing, though.
Okay.
Okay? You're going to hypnotize Anastasia.
All right.
Okay? And you can hypnotize her to experience anything. The best hypnotists ask questions to figure out what the best experience would be. And
Okay.
I'm going to unmute both of you guys right now. So you should be able to hear each other. And you can begin right now.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Hello, Anastasia.
Yes, hello.
I'm Jan. Would you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Would you like to try something cool?
Yes.
Okay. I'm actually a professional hypnotist. And do you want to see how powerful your mind is?
Well, that's interesting. Let's try.
All right. What is it that you'd like to have most in your life?
Well, the first thing that came to me is $1 billion.
A billion with a B?
Yes, $1 billion. Yes, with a B.
Okay. Would you like to settle for a little at a time, or do you want it all at once?
Step by step.
Step by step, little by little.
But I would like a short train.
A short train. And how short would you like it to be?
Well, what do you mean by this? How much time I need for this? How short time, yes?
How short a train do you want?
Maybe I said it not in correct way in English. What I mean by short train is that a fast train.
A speedo train.
Speed train, yes. I don't want.
Okay.
I have lots of patience, but I still want to have more confidence and belief that it's gonna happen.
Okay. All right. I'm going to concentrate on your third eye. Do you know what your third eye is?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes now.
Okay.
All right. And your eyes are closed. And they're going to stay closed and they're going to stay shut. And now you're going to see yourself making lots of money and seeing lots of clients. And how does that make you feel?
Natural.
Natural. Very good.
Natural, yes.
Okay. All right. Can you feel how that feels?
But there is also a feeling like something is missing.
Something is missing. If you knew what that was, what would it be?
I don't know. It's like some secret, something mystic that I'm trying to uncover. Is still, I still don't know it. Something I don't know.
Okay. All right. Take a deep breath. And when you exhale, you're going to know what that is right now. What is it? What comes to mind?
Your voice.
My voice,
Yes,
telling
your
you
voice.
that you have every competence, you have every knowingness of what it is that you want and how to get it. Don't you?
Don't I?
Don't you?
What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna interject. You can open your eyes. So, one thing that I really liked, if you knew what that was, what would it be? That's an amazing question. Now, she said that she didn't know what it was. And you said, okay. Now, what you did as a hypnotist, even though it was just one word, was you made it real that she didn't know what it was.
I see. Okay.
That suggestion came first. Okay.
Okay.
So instead, and you also noticed that, do you feel how that feels? She didn't say anything, but she shook her head no. And then you asked another question. As soon as you see that they are not responding the way they're supposed to, or the way they should, call it out. Let them know you know. Because what's happening in their mind, if they're not experiencing it, they know they're not experiencing it, right? So
Okay.
you have to say, hey, you're not experiencing this. Let's take another approach. How does that sound?
Ah,
Okay. And in the beginning, were you trying to have her eyes like stuck so they wouldn't open?
yes.
Okay. So the one thing that is super, super vital is when you're doing, that's like a test, right? You're trying to show yourself and her that it's real. She never tried to open her eyes, right? So she didn't know if they were stuck and you didn't know if they were stuck.
So I need to ask her? Try to open your eyes?
Yes. Yes. Try and open your eyes and realize you can't. Try to open your eyes and realize you can't. Okay. And what I would write down, because I was taking some notes on this, the only last piece of advice for me is to set the expectation first. She didn't know what to expect that entire time. Did you know what was going to happen when you were doing that?
No.
So that's because if she doesn't know what's going to happen, it can't happen. Okay. So the last thing is, before you started it, is I would say, so set the expectation, test the expectation. So set the expectation. You're going to close your eyes in a moment, and in about 10 seconds, they're going to be completely stuck. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
And then you set the expectation. So that's my advice right now. Does Charville, do you have anything to say, man? Alan, do you have anything to say? Just to some constructive criticism, and then we're going to try right again, okay? What are you thinking right now? You're thinking really hard. And
me?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm thinking about, because I'm doing similar things to other people, so I'm putting myself on her place in that moment, and I'm thinking what I would do or how I would say. That's it.
Let me see your approach. Now you hypnotize Jan.
All right.
Okay, because then I can understand your perspective, and then we can share each other's. You can begin now. Then Alan,
But
you're
you
up
know,
next.
there is. Wait a second. There is one thing. The
Yes.
way the method that you are giving approach is different from how I do it. So how should I do it? Should I do it my way? Or should I
So that's
do it
already,
your way?
because that's the thing. Our ways could be very similar, and you may not realize it. So I can't answer that question honestly and fairly without hearing how you do it or seeing your process.
Okay.
Cool. So
How
are you
much
ready to
time
go?
do you have?
How much time do you need?
I don't know how much time I need, but if you give me a limit, then when I'm in situation, I will try to adapt to this limit.
Yeah, I already know what time the limit's gonna be. It's gonna be 5 minutes. But I'm asking typically how long would you need?
Well, the way how I do is I'm going very deep. So I usually need more than this time, but let's just improvise, see how it goes.
Okay, what I encourage you to do as you do this is to have her go very deep in like a minute. It's possible. In fact, it's easier. Go for it.
Okay. So I'm starting right now, but I don't see Jan.
Do you see her in the top? There should be little faces up there. Are you on a laptop right now or a phone?
No, I'm on my phone.
Okay.
No, I tried to go to messages. It's not working. I see only you right now. Or maybe I can just do it with voice.
Jen, can you speak real quick? You should pop up.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Hello, Jen.
Hello.
So we can start, right, Taylor? Okay. How are you, Jen?
I'm good today.
Okay. So I will be speaking very slowly because this is the way how it's comfortable to me. Can I please ask you what it is that you want the most in your life? Tell me the first thought that is going to come into your mind.
I want to be financially secure.
Mm-hmm. And right now you're not secure?
No.
And when you know that right now you're not secure, what do you feel about this?
I feel upset.
And when emotionally you feel upset, where is this emotion in your body?
In my stomach. In my stomach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Lower part, middle, upper part?
Upper.
Upper. Mm-hmm. Okay. And when you feel in your stomach what you feel, what do you want to do?
I want that to go away.
Okay. So if it goes away forever, this feeling in your stomach, what another feeling in your body is gonna come to you? The first thought that is gonna come into your mind.
My heart.
Mm-hmm. What will happen to your heart then?
It will be happy.
Can you feel in your heart this happiness right now?
Yes.
And can you describe me, please, physical feeling of this happiness in your heart?
It's like a fire.
Mm-hmm. And explosion in your heart. What are you thinking?
Comfort.
And where is this comfort in your body, intuitively, first that is coming to you?
All over.
Mhm. So you have the comfort all over, and there is something in your stomach. There is still something in your stomach that is not letting you fully be in your comfort. Tell me, please, answer the first that is gonna come to you. Who is the person who put this feeling into your stomach? The
My
first
father.
just
My father.
What did he do?
My father stopped my mother from really letting this business that they had succeed.
But what did he do to you?
What did
Or what
he
did
do
he
to
show
me?
to you? Yes, what
What?
did he do to you?
She or he?
You said that he stopped your mother, correct?
He did, yes.
Yes. But by stopping your mother, what did he do to you by this?
He deprived me of having two parents. He deprived me of having well-being and comfort and safety.
Mhm. Mhm. When was it? How old were you?
I was 8.
Mhm. He was 8 years old. Is your father alive now or no?
No.
Mhm. And when he is not alive right now, what it is that you're feeling towards him right now? First that comes to you.
Upset that he was so short-sighted.
Mhm. So you see that he was short-sighted.
Yes.
You see it, but you still can't let it go.
No.
Even though you already went beyond him or beyond his limitation. Did you?
I don't know.
You know. Just say the truth, or yes or no. What feels more right now?
No, I have not.
You have not what?
Gone beyond him.
Mhm. Are you short-sighted as well?
I guess I am.
Mhm. So it feels to me like you are the victim of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Is this so? What do you think?
I don't claim that.
And right now, I want you to imagine that in this room where you're right now, your father is walking in. And as soon as he walks into the room, I would like you to let me know.
Yes, he's in here.
Look at him and tell me what you see.
A man who's sad.
Hmm? Hmm? And right now, when you see him and you feel what you feel, I will count till 3, click with my finger, and I would like you to become your father. But before I click with my finger and you become your father, I want you to tell him right now the first thing that is gonna come to you. Just tell him one phrase or one question, the most important that you want to say right now.
You don't have to be sad anymore.
I will count till 3, click with my finger, and you become your father. 1, 2, 3. And now you're father. Make an inhale. Feel what you feel right now. Feel what you feel. Your daughter is in front of you, and she is telling you that you don't have to be sad, or you don't have to feel sad anymore. I ask you to make 2 deep inhales. Deep inhale, relaxed exhale, and one more time. You don't have to feel sad anymore. And when she says this to you, and you feel what you feel, tell me please what it is you feel right now.
I feel
First,
really released from the sadness.
mhm.
I feel released.
And when you feel this release, what is it first that comes to your mind, what you want to say to your daughter?
That she can go for it and get it.
Say this to her.
You can go for it and really get what you want.
Is there anything else you want to say to her?
I love you very much.
Mhm. Feel what you feel. Don't forget to breathe. I will count till 3 and you become Jan again. 1, 2, 3. Now you are Jan. Make a deep inhale. Breathe. Feel what you feel. Feel what you feel emotionally and feel what you feel in your body physically. Your father is telling you, now you can go and get what you want. Now you can go and get what you want. I love you. I love you. And now when you hear what he is saying, feel what you feel and tell me what it is you're feeling in your body. Describe me physical feelings.
I feel chills. I feel good. I feel happy.
And what do you feel right now in your stomach? Physical feeling.
It feels fine. It feels good.
And now you're feeling what you're feeling. Your father is in front of you. Look at him one more time. Look at his face and tell me what you see on his face.
He has a big smile.
And now when you feel what you feel emotionally and when you feel what you feel physically and you look at him and you see this smile, let him go back to where he came from with peace. Yes?
Yes.
And both of you are saying goodbye to each other and staying with the experience that you had right now. Maybe it didn't happen earlier, but at least it happened now.
Yes.
And please, slowly, with your closed eyes, still with closed eyes, just come back to present moment, to our group, and make 2 deep inhales and relaxed exhales. And when you're ready, when you feel that your body is here and ready, Open your eyes. Take your time. Take your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Jan, how do you feel right now?
I feel terrific.
Awesome. Okay, beautiful. That was, I like your approach. And with your presence, I think it works very well. It's a very soothing, comfortable environment. So I like how you did that. A couple pieces of advice. The first thing when you first started off is you said we're gonna.
There was no connection. I didn't hear.
No, we didn't hear.
When you first started, you said we're gonna do this slow.
Mm-hmm.
This is how it's comfortable to me. And even though that may
Yes.
be true, one thing you should say different is we're gonna do this slow. That way you can be more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So always redirect it on their experience. And notice how I'm usually really fast paced, and after listening to you, I'm more like calm down because your presence is part of the hypnosis, which is awesome. The other piece of advice was earlier on, I understand and like that you were getting her to feel her pain to motivate the change. So that's awesome. However, I think you went too much into the details a little bit. What
We lost you.
I didn't hear you again.
I think you went too much into the details. And what I mean by the details is first you identified what the details were, which is important. But after you identify the details, you want to take the details to an overview and then stay out of the details. Okay, it's sort of a trap. And I noticed that Jan was...
Can you please be more specific?
Yes, so Jan was following along initially when you first started. She was feeling it and experiencing it. And then there was that brief communication error where you couldn't really understand each other for a little bit. And she went from that deep experience to like talking and shaking your head and being outside of that experience into just where she is. And that's because you guys are getting caught in the details. Okay. So if there were a communication error, that's fine. You can try saying it again. If after the second time, just redirect. You don't want to get caught up in that mess.
Okay.
Other than that, I also loved how you set the baseline of like the physical feelings, and then you check the physical feelings at the end to establish like with that baseline to see the result. That's awesome. And that was in like 8 minutes. How long does it usually take you on average?
Well, 1 hour. But, that's not what exactly I'm doing.
If the result was going to be the same, what else would you add to that? Like if you were doing a 1 hour session with Jan, you would have taken the whole hour. Is that a fair assumption?
Well, my 1 hour includes the theory, where I first explain the theory, that everything is possible. Yes, we can go there. And in the second part, I start the practice already. That's why it's altogether is 1 hour.
Okay. And what's your success rate?
Excuse me?
What's your success rate?
I don't understand this word.
If you hypnotized 100 people before, how many of them had the change and transformation?
Well, I don't know, 90%.
90%. What goes wrong in the last 10%?
Sometimes I would just feel like I don't want to work with this person, and I would then be in the wrong state of my mind, where I already knew in front that I'm not going to succeed with this, and I would continue this just because this person would pay me in the end.
And okay, so the issue is just working with the wrong clients.
Yes, it's like I know that to solve this problem with this client, it costs much more. Yes, like, and I'm gonna put much more energy, and it distracts me.
Okay. What's an example of a problem that would take a long time to solve?
Well, the problems, there is no specific problems within all these
I
years.
know there's tons of different problems, but what's an example of one that would take a long time?
I had recently one client who was very angry, and she didn't want to listen to me. Like, she was just didn't want to hear any words I was saying,
Who
and
was
she
she
would
angry
just
at?
insist on something, insist.
Who was she
She
angry
was angry at the situation, at her boss,
at? She
at
was angry at herself.
yes, but she wasn't conscious about this.
Okay, and did you try and bring it to her attention?
The point is that she didn't believe that she was responsible for this, or that she can change her life. She was blaming other people, and she wanted me to help her, not by changing her, but by telling her how to get into a new business, like just how to feel good, but without changing herself. And I didn't know how to do it.
Okay, that makes sense. So the anger is one issue, and also that is a whole other issue. Both of those by themselves are easy to overcome. Together, I see how it could be a little crazy and chaotic. But what was the actual problem that she wanted to solve was to get a new job, to get a new position?
She wanted to know how to come out of the situation. So she's a lawyer in government. She works for government, and she is a very important person. But because she treats some people with disrespect, sometimes she tells them in their faces, like, that you are not competitive, you're stupid, or such things. People don't like you for this. So she lost the place where she was, and her boss removed her to to another place that is
Real quick,
not that important.
all these, we're in the details a lot right now. So if we were to put it in like one overview sentence, what was the problem? Like that she came to you for?
I don't know. I cannot understand this. That's why maybe I couldn't help her.
Okay, yeah. So that's the problem. The first thing is everyone comes to you as a hypnotist for external things. They want money. They want confidence. Confidence is an external thing in this case. They want all these details, right? They want to stop being angry all the time. They want to stop being depressed. They want to quit smoking, right? They come to you for all the details. The most important thing to realize as a hypnotist is it's never the details that are the problems. Okay, and the first step is to bring this to their attention. Okay, because if they come to you to quit smoking and they think the problem is that they can't stop smoking, and they don't realize that they smoke because of the instant relief it gives them for a few seconds from their reality that they hate and despise, the problem is not smoking. And if you were to hypnotize them to quit smoking, they may stop. But if in a year they get fired from their job, they're going to pick up cigarettes right again. Right? So the first step is to understand the details and then take it to a way high level perspective. There's no reason, and it works, and a 90% success rate is awesome, and I respect that a lot. There's no reason it should take multiple sessions. Why do they have to come back to you a second time to get where they came to you the first time?
Well, because I don't work just as a hypnotist, I work as a psychotherapist. And it's about, I don't believe myself that in one time it's possible to change person's life completely, to solve every problem. So what I'm doing is we're coming back and we're doing something new until the person stands with his or her feet very stable, or in different mind, with different consciousness.
Okay.
So
So most of your clients you have a continuous relationship with.
yes.
Okay. So that's the, I guess the one thing different in our business model is
And some people, some clients, they get addicted to me in the way that they feel if there is any question, then they make a session.
That's awesome. And I understand that a lot. The difference is, I agree you can't solve every problem in one session. That's an impossible task. But I also realize that 99% of the shit in someone's life comes from one thing. So the first thing I do, and the first thing I would encourage you to do, is to identify the one thing that's causing most
what did you say? Excuse me. To identify
the one thing that causes 99% of the pain. Okay? Once you identify the one thing that causes 99% of the pain, the first thing you do should be to alleviate that, change the belief there to let all the pain and the effects disappear. And then, oh, I think I'm disconnecting a bit here. I cut off there, so I stopped talking. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, you cut off.
Okay, so
Yes,
one thing,
now, yes.
99% of the pain, get rid of that, and then on a continuous relationship, every single session, you should be finding the one thing that's causing the most pain at that moment. Because you can hypnotize them for one thing like quitting smoking, or you can hypnotize them for true confidence in their ability to do things, such as quit smoking, and also speaking on stage and holding conversations better. There's other trickle down effects. That makes sense. But let's.
You cut off again.
Okay, we're next call. My internet's gonna be 10,000 times better. We're gonna have Alan do one more person right now. Karen's on here as well. Hey, Karen. And then we're gonna wrap up for this one. Okay, and we'll be back Wednesday at, I believe, I said 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The time's in the call, but that'll be the next time for the Q&A call. Alan, are you ready, brother? And Karen, can I see your face? Where are you at? Hello, Karen.
I'm not sure which one. What should I do, man? Like, I'm thinking maybe I should try the brick and the balloon thing, or maybe try something like I did with the Charville earlier.
Have you ever had someone stick their eyes together so they can't open it?
I did it with the fingers.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you use the same concept behind sticking their fingers together and do it to someone's eyes. And that person will be Karen. Karen, you joined it a little bit late, but what we're doing right now is we're hypnotizing each other and practicing different approaches and methods. So Alan here is next. And if you're open to it and if you're down for it, he is going to hypnotize you to have your eyes stuck. All right, awesome. I'm going to unmute you, Karen.
Are you down, Karen? Can you?
I'm unmuted.
Hey, Karen, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Can you see me? Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Fantastic. Yes. First of all, are you feeling good today?
Yes.
Awesome.
A little tired, but good.
Awesome. So, Karen, have you ever been hypnotized?
No.
No. Okay, great. Let me tell you a little bit about this. So basically, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I'm just guiding you to show you the power of your mind.
Okay.
Are you down?
Yes.
Awesome. Pick a spot at the wall and just put all your focus on that spot and don't take your eyes off of it. Okay?
Okay.
Great. Just keep staring at it. Just keep staring at it no matter what. Just keep your focus at that small spot on the wall. And now I want you to take a very deep breath from the nose. Exhale from the mouth. That's right. Just take another big, very deep from the nose and exhale from the mouth and just relax completely. That's right. And now keep your eyes closed. That's right. Just keep them closed. And now in a moment, not yet, but just in a moment, I'm going to count until 5. Okay? On the 5, your eyes are going to be shut, Karen. And the more you're trying to open them, the more shut they become. And you will not be able to open them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to open your eyes, Karen. God damn it.
Yeah, but it was a little stuck, but not so much. But it's
They did feel stuck though, and I noticed that. Alan, that was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And we're actually gonna do that one more time because Karen, he's gonna stick your eyes shut, okay? And what's gonna happen here is you don't need to do like it works, and obviously it works because you can see your eyes are stuck for a moment, but you don't need to have her focus and breathe and any of that stuff. What I would do is say, Karen, close your eyes, and then go right into it. But I would build up the feeling first. One thing I liked about Anastasia is that what she did is that she had her feel physical effects in her body, right? So have her feel the weight of her eyelids until it becomes real to her. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah. I
Just
guess
go
so.
for it. So just start with the eyes closed and readjust from there. You can find your own path.
Already, Karen, you ready?
yes.
Let's do it again, okay? Now you have showed that you are in full control and nobody can interfere in your power of free choice, okay?
Mm.
So now choose a spot on the wall and just focus on it and take a very deep breath from the nose and just exhale from the mouth. That's right. Just relax and breathe out all the negative energy. That's right. Keep your eyes open and keep staring at that wall. And now, Karen, I want you to focus your awareness on your eyelids. Just focus your awareness on the light and just feel how they become heavier and heavier each time they shut. Just let go. It's okay. Just let them shut. That's right. And just close your eyes and now they're shut. And just feel how heavy they are. And feel how much you are in control, Karen. And in a moment, I'm going to count to 5. And no matter what, Karen, you will not be able to open your eyes. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It was
Now
actually better first time.
Karen, wait. Now you showed that you could. Now close your eyes again. Close your eyes again. Put the awareness on your eyelids. And I want you to imagine your eyelids super glued to each other. Can you imagine that?
Mm.
Now imagine that somebody came and taped your eyes to each other with a masking tape. Big, gluey ass tape. Just taped on your eyelids. And the more you're trying to open your eyes, the more stuck and glued they become. Try to open your eyes. Come on, Karen, try harder. Oh, you got them.
Awesome. No. That was amazing, dude. And number one, all of you guys should take note on how she opened her eyes, and then he said, close your eyes. And then he did it again.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's huge key. Okay. I was typing in some notes here, and I like how you did the bind at the end. So as you try and open your eyes, they become more stuck. That's a good double bind. One more I would do is when she's focusing on her eyes, I would say, as you focus on the weight of your eyes, you'll notice they get heavier. And the heavier they get, the more you focus. Because now you're setting a cycle of focus equals heavier, heavier equals focus. And now she's really hyper focused on the fact that her eyes are heavy.
So basically, I need to make her, it's basically once the focus is gone, then that's when she can really open her eye.
It's what she focuses on, right? Because what happens when she opens her eyes is right before she opens her eyes, she realizes she can.
Oh,
the thought comes first.
It's the thought that comes into her mind.
Yeah. And dude, so you got her eyes stuck and you didn't say anything after they were stuck for like 5 seconds. It took her to open her eyes. The only other addition I would do, reinforce it. So you were building up like these barriers, and you want to reinforce it. Like if you have blocks, you want to seal them together like concrete blocks, right? And how you do that is as soon as you say, try and open your eyes and realize you can't, or realize they're stuck. And you say, perfect. And notice that the more you try, the more stuck they become. And you say that after she already can't open her eyes, because that's a new mind. And then after 5 seconds, dude, after 5 seconds, perfect. Realize that now you can open your eyes.
And Karen, at the beginning when I asked you to open your eyes, you couldn't, right?
It was a little harder, you know. It's like they first reacted a split second after you said it. Usually I would just open them. But I was actually seeing a video on YouTube. I don't remember who made it. But he kept saying, remember that try to open, just try a little and feel that they are stuck. And then try a little harder, but feel that they get more stuck. And that way, then I actually got into that I couldn't open them. But it's like if you just try, they will just open because that's what eyes do. But
gotcha.
yeah,
so
but
just reinforce
feel
it.
how stuck they are when you try to open, because that will not do just open them. It will try a little and feel it's hard, and try a little more and feel it's even harder. For me, that worked to do that, because then every time I tried a little, it's not like just open them, because that would be very easy, but try a little and feel that they get more stuck. Then I felt that they get more stuck, and it got harder and harder by doing that way. That's maybe the trick for me.
Yeah,
because
awesome.
it's just open your eyes, then I just open them. It's
Karen, also
like
one thing, you gave him a piece of the puzzle, because one thing, when you made small talk initially before you started, which is awesome because you want to build some rapport, you said, how are you? She said, I'm a little tired. Now she gave you something that would help you, dude, because she said she's tired. So she already feels the weight of her eyes. She's already there. You could even start by saying,
maybe a little like this, open, keep your eyes open tonight.
So if you say, if you were to say, Karen, close your eyes and just notice how tired you are around your eyelids. And she's
then I would have fallen to sleep directly.
Awesome. So
Tyler, could you hypnotize her right now so her eyes shut and she can't open them?
Yeah, Karen, close your eyes and put your hands down flat on your lap. Just keep them out of the way. I want you to focus on how tired you are in your eyelids. Nod your head if you feel that.
Yeah.
Now I want you to focus on the weight of your eyes. And all I want you to do is imagine that your eyelids get 2 times heavier. And notice how that feels. And I want you to imagine that your eyelids get 2 times heavier now, as if they were sealed shut by superglue. Just imagine the superglue sealing your eyes shut. Once you feel the superglue and you feel your eyes shut, nod your head. Beautiful. Now, since they are shut and since they are locked, you're going to notice that in a moment, not yet, when you try and open your eyes, you won't be able to. And in fact, the more you try, the more stuck they become. You can go ahead and try and open your eyes now and realize that you can't. And realize the more you try, the heavier they become. And Karen, that's beautiful. When I snap my fingers, you can open your eyes. Beautiful. And
God damn it.
I'm going to wrap this up here with two more things. Okay. One is how we can actually use that to create a transformation right then and there within like 60 seconds. Okay. And number 2 is notice how I opened her eyes after like 4 or 5 seconds. I could let her keep her eyes shut for like 60 seconds and locked, but the more time that passes, the more likely they are to open their eyes. That's just how time works.
So if you basically, if you stop talking, basically, so basically you have to just keep talking, basically, if you want her to remain stuck.
Keep reinforcing it. Mm-hmm. Keep reinforcing it. And that's it, because then it's real for her. And when you open her eyes, that's the next suggestion. So that experience was crazy. Her mind took over.
So it's basically you're putting her in a trance. And once you stop talking, she snaps out of the trance.
Yeah, I'm not really on board with the concept of trance. I think we're always in a trance because we're just not successful. But yeah, I told her what was going to happen. And because of me being a hypnotist, that implies trance. So I guess so.
It's like following suggestion, but if there's no suggestion, you stop following and you...
Yeah, because then you start suggesting your own things, which is like, oh, I can open them. All right, I'm gonna mute you guys both real quick. I'm just gonna leave off with a little monologue here. The second thing, after you have their eyes stuck, add an association to it. Okay, this is for like hypnotherapy side. The reason you are stuck in your life right now, and describe whatever that was so they know what it is. You should have context to it. But the reason you are stuck in your life right now, the reason you feel way down all the time, is the same reason your eyes are stuck. Now, it may take 10 seconds, may take 20 seconds, but as soon as you can open your eyes, you are breaking free from that own cage that you created, just like you created this for your eyes. And only open your eyes once you are ready to break free. And there's a double bind there. And that's it. And then they can open their eyes and they can break free. And half the time they will, half the time they won't. And if they don't, that's fine. You keep going with the hypnosis. That's completely fine. But if it does, you will feel it and they will feel it too. People will start tearing up. They will start getting goosebumps. They will feel it, and it can happen as fast as 60 seconds. Okay? Now, it doesn't happen I'm going to get to you in a sec, Alan. It doesn't happen every single time, but it is worth doing it every single time, because when it does, it's just that much more powerful. Okay? Alan, what was your question? We'll take one question from you, and then we're going to wrap up today's call.
So for example, Karen, I stopped talking. Like the more I reinforced it, the more she was stuck. But then once I stopped talking, she gave herself the suggestion to open their eyes, and she did.
Yes,
so for some people, yes. And so my question is, for some people, I did the finger stuck, and I just shut up for 5-7 minutes, didn't say anything, and they were still stuck. So that's because they didn't give themselves their suggestion.
Yes, dude. So when you say that she's in trance, that is super accurate, actually, because you're either the hypnotist hypnotizing them, or they're just hypnotizing themselves. Now, they're always hypnotizing themselves. You just want to make sure that them hypnotizing themselves is in favor of your suggestions, rather than contradicting ones, like your fingers, oh no, my fingers can open, or oh no, my eyes can open, or oh no, I'm not confident, right? So that's it. Hopefully that wraps this up. I just got your internet connection is unstable. So hope that wraps this up. Hopefully that was helpful for all you guys.
Amazing.
We're going to be live again
on Wednesday. I can't believe I get all these for $7 a month.
Yeah, dude. Provide insane value, right? I'm here for you guys. It's an unlimited resource. Reach out to me anytime. I'll see you guys hopefully on Wednesday. If not, next Saturday, the exact same time. Have a good one, my friends.